Welcome to the Art and Hustle podcast. It's your boy Tay.
It's Ant, and today we got special guest.
ATW O-LEK.
Yes, sir. Let's get straight into it. All right, so when did you start making music?
I started making music back in my friend's crib, and we just started out freshman year of college. But I was interested since I was in high school. Yeah.
And then what brought you into music? Like, did you play any instruments when you were younger or anything?
When I was younger, actually, my dad, he bought a CD, which was 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
And, he used to get lit, drink some alcohol, and he would just bop it out throughout the whole album. He would sometimes play, like, the whole album, like, twice in one day, in one session. So, and then I just listened to it. I was, like, so astonished. I was like, you know what? Like, this is something else.
Yeah. And then how old were you, like, at that time?
I was 5.
5?
Yeah.
That's when you knew you wanted to make music?
Yeah.
And then what would you describe your sound as?
My sound,
Do you have any artists that you were influenced by?
Oh, I'm super influenced by and I idolize Kid Cudi, A$AP Rocky, Kanye, Mac Miller for sure. Outside of hip hop, I definitely look up to like Kurt Cobain, what he did for Grudge, and yeah, I mean I listen to every type of genre of music. It could from EDM to house to hip hop itself, So I love every genre, to be honest.
Who would you say influenced your sound? Like, who do you think you sound like?
Myself. But the person that influenced me the most is most definitely like just the combinations of like Rocky, Cudi, for sure. Those are like one of my biggest inspirations that took me and see differently in how I make music. And so yeah, just vocally harmonizing. They always like test out what they want to do in music. It's not always like one sound. They always pick up a different sound each and every time in like their next album or project, and it's always different to hear, and it's like very euphoric.
How was life like growing up?
Growing up for me, so I grew up with an alcoholic father. My mom is a hardworking cleaning lady. Yeah, I've been through it. I've seen the fights, and I lost my father at the age of 14 in 2016. And it was hard, but with how I coped his death, I just listened to music. And ever since I was a kid, I used to just play soccer all the time. I thought soccer was my passion. And then one night, he was a little drunk, and he was like, "Man, I don't think soccer's for you." I used to get injured a lot.
Yeah.
So he's like, "I don't think it's for you. I think you have a different passion." And so ever since after he died, I thought about that like all the time. I was like, what is my passion then? And I just like, I listened to the albums that he listened to. He listened to a lot of Biggie, 50 Cent, D12. So I was just like, let me try out music.
Yeah.
So I just started off with just like back of my notebook in history class, just writing rhymes, just like stupid stuff like parrot, carrot, and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, it's funny as fuck. But then I picked it up, and it got my confidence by other people that told me, like, oh, you know what? Just try it out. And so I just went to the studio, and I was like, wow, it's an experience, and I learned a lot. And then I went to my friend's house, and we just started off with Fruity Loops, and we hook up a mic that, a whole setup for like $100. And then, yeah, we just learned from there, and I was learning how to just function well with, like, auto-tune and how to structure a song and how to flow better, and I was just growing as an artist from there.
What is your favorite part about being an artist?
My favorite part of being an artist would be just making something that you don't know. Like, you could have everything written and have the beat ready and everything, but once it's recorded and you hear it, how differently it sounds, you'd be like, in a way, like, this is how it sounds. I didn't imagine it to be like this. Yeah. Definitely another thing would be just seeing people's faces when they hear your music. It's either you'll give them like nostalgia in a sense of just like a sound, or the way you do a hook, and it takes them somewhere that they like imagine, or like, oh wow, like this actually speaks to me. So that's why I love about just making music in general, just making people happy, like even just performing, like seeing people happy, or like, you know, they're starting to like bop their head or move their hand around and stuff. That's like incredible to see. It warms up my heart, you know.
The connection that you make with the music.
Definitely, yeah.
What was your first performance like?
Funny that you say that. My first performance is when I met AJ, and so I went with my friend Rafi, and I was a video photographer actually for Spring Awakening, and then they're like, oh, there's like a party to come to for all the photographers to come in and check it out, right? So we go there, and then I remember Cole was there too, and he's like, oh, here's the mic. I'm like, okay. So I grabbed the mic, and I performed in front of like these big executives for like the people that manage for like Lollapalooza, Spring Awakening, and like other like festivals. And they're like, yo, like you did such a great job and stuff. And then I met AJ there. I was like, oh, like he's like, oh, come through. You should come to, you know, Joliet and stuff. I'm like, you know what? Might as well, yeah. And then ever since then, that's how I'm here.
That's crazy.
It was an amazing experience.
How long ago was that?
It was 2021 October. First day of October, I remember that. In downtown.
I met you at an event here, and it was also a performance. Do you remember what that was?
March.
That was March?
Yeah.
It was 2022. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
And plus, that same day, the first time I got on stage, like freestyling, right? It was the people that performed on there was like classic Chicago rappers, like Common, Twista, Mario, and Vic Mensa was there too. So I was on the same stage as them, and it was incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a fire first performance.
Hell yeah, bro.
What's your goal with music?
My goal with music would be just to go on big stages like Lollapalooza or like Summer Smash, one of those like big festivals. Ever since I attended them before I was even making music, I was just like, damn, I really want to just like experience that on a big stage in front of big people and just moshing and stuff like that, just seeing that from your point of view. That's definitely like a dream of mine, and then that I always envision of doing that. That's why I like really want to, that's like one of my biggest goals, and just have a good core fan base, you know, just like they're always with you no matter what. You could make a #1 hit, but if, let's say, you know, you trying to do something else, like a different genre, like good example would be like Lil Yachty, right? He made a whole different genre the other day, and core fans appreciate it. You know, they love it, and so that's like one of my biggest goals. And definitely, my other biggest goal would be just make music, or at least like sit down with one of my idols and get their advice on music and just the industry itself.
What's like the biggest event you've done?
My biggest event, I'd say like the first day that I hopped on stage, I thought it was like an amazing experience, just being in downtown Chicago on a rooftop and just performing in front of so many people. But as well, also like what was it, like late November at the Forge, there was like a lot of people, and then everyone had their flashlights on, and I was just, you know,
you talking
doing my
about
thing.
Like this fall?
Yeah.
Was it the big KBZ one?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, where it's like, you know, all the flashlights and stuff. Yeah, that was like amazing. That was just like a little sneak peek what's gonna happen in the upcoming years. You know, so I definitely want that.
What's the craziest thing that you've seen so far through being an artist? Like, it could be anything from people you've met, like artists, or just like regular like weird stuff. You know, people treating you different, stuff like that.
It definitely bring out a lot of opportunities. Like I met a guy. We were just friends on Snapchat, and then I was like, yo, like we should like collab sometime. And so I was like, yeah, let me pick you up and stuff, you know, shout out Mock. Yeah, and I picked him up, and we went to the studio here, and we made 2 tracks so far. But yeah, it brings out like really cool people sometimes. But there are a few weird people too, where they're like, yo, man, like I got this, like I got better, like I got good studio equipment and stuff, man. Come to my thing, man. You know, let's record something. I'm just like, yeah, sure. It's just a lot of people do a lot of talking than action. You know, all bark,
Yeah.
no bite. You know,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of that usually. But eventually, you know, there's always that 1% of people that were willing to put in the work and put in the effort of making hopping on a feature with you or you with them, like that. Yeah.
And then you've seen pretty decent success so far, right? Like I saw on some of your videos, they get
Oh yeah.
a good amount, like thousands of views.
Oh, definitely. I do a lot of marketing. I show my face as much as possible. I do it on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, just to put it out there as much as possible. It's all about consistency. I haven't been so consistent now due to the fact that I want to bring out more bigger things, like just more music videos coming out with the song every 2 weeks or at least once a month. That's definitely like one of my biggest like focuses. And consistently when I did that, September, October, November, that was the best. Like literally numbers were going up. People were like, dude, this is good as hell. This, oh my God, like, wow. And so like, and plus I don't stick to one genre of rap because obviously there's different types of sounds. So a lot, like I'll do maybe like a drill slash like urban hip hop or something, or then I'll do a melodic one with like, you know, piano, violin, and then it always gets the viewer or the listener like starstruck, like different sound, different, like that's insane. Like he's so versatile, he could do anything he wants to, and that's what I also want to do as an artist, just be a super versatile with anything. Like I could do anything I want to do, you know, not be stuck with one thing and just focus on that road. Obviously, like I'll still go on with them sounds, but I definitely want to explore different sounds and stuff.
And then I think, yeah, like when I don't remember which song was it, but it was the one where you got like the yellow car and stuff, like all the cars for the video.
Oh, Over the Limit.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I definitely saw you doing your thing around that time. You were popping. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was amazing. It took us a little bit to film because of me and my friend's schedule, but no, it was a fun time. We went to different locations and stuff, met new people during recording as well. That's also an amazing thing about being an artist. Just if you just record a music video, you get to meet new people as well that aren't into or into being an artist. They're just like, oh, I have a car. And then you just have this conversation with them. My buddy here has a car and you want to borrow and stuff like that. Yeah, but or oh, he has a studio where you could rent it out and you could just record a music video there too as well. So, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. What was your favorite song to make and why?
My favorite song to make? Actually, I say like maybe two. Over the Limit and Heart of a Lion. So Over the Limit, it was recorded here, and I told AJ to do an effect in the middle part. Like I think it's past like the 1 minute mark in the song, where it's just like oh my, and then he had an effect where it just blew me away because I've never heard that effect on my voice, and it just sounded like something like a huge artist would do. And I was like, yo, this hits different. And then like the switch ups and everything, I just loved it. And then Heart of a Lion was at another studio that I used to go to back in Fort Knox Studios.
Yeah,
and
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so I went over there and I did Heart of a Lion. And then I didn't have a song and then like ready, but I did. And then he's like, oh, you have a song? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I actually do. And I totally forgot that I had the whole thing written down. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then it just flowed so nice, and then it just came out really nice, and I was so surprised. Like that was literally like one of my favorite songs, and to the people that listen to my music, that's actually like one of the most popular songs on Spotify actually too.
Where do you see yourself with your music in like 3 years?
I see myself in 3 years. I see myself just making just different sounds, and hopefully one of them become a huge hit. I hope in 3 years I could already make a song with at least one of my idols that I look up to. Definitely. And I just want to bring out the best of me and come out with the best things out of me for sure. I just want to have good success and make myself proud.
All right, and what do you have planned for 2023?
My plan for 2023 would be just putting out more music than I did last year, and just being better and better each and every month. Just keep pushing it. I'll try my best to even do like release 3 songs once a month or even 4. That'd be amazing, and put out like the music videos as well. That's definitely like one of my biggest goals, and definitely one of my biggest goals would be to just perform as much as possible, get my name out there. Marketing is also going to be a big thing. That's why I'm trying my best to just stay consistent, put out music as much as I can, and then put my face out there and show the people that I'm actually worth something. Not just I don't want to just throw away songs, because when I make a song, to me it means a lot. Each and every single line that I write, even the beat itself, like I can't just pick any type of beat and just be like, this is me. Nah, it has to be specific. So when I write a song and it's like just me and my notes and the beat, I just try to like connect it as much as possible, put my heart and soul into it as much as I can. And so I'm trying to I try to put as much passion into it. And so I don't want to just have a song to waste. I definitely want someone to be like, damn, this speaks to me, and let me add this to my playlist. I want to listen. I want to listen to this like twice a week or something. I want to use this for the gym. I want to use this for a time where I'm just going to school or whatever. I just want them to have like a memorable thing. Like I have a bunch of songs that I just like, oh yeah, this reminds me of back in high school, this and that, So that's why I just want to inspire a lot of people with what I do with my craft, and I'm not trying to put, bullshit out there.
Bet. What does the writing and recording process look like for you? Do you like to just freestyle stuff in the studio, or do you have to really like write it down, have it all planned out, or you punch in or do one takes?
So it's kind of a mix of everything. Sometimes it comes out to be like I have everything written down and I know what to do. There's days where I just have no clue. I have a one hook, one verse. Shit. We'll think of an intro at the studio, try to improvise something, or an outro, or I just try to, do something with the engineering part, the mixing part. Maybe we could chop and screw the beat or do something with it, like just mix and make something out of it for sure. Yeah, but usually sometimes with just the writing process, sometimes when I put on a beat, I really like it, but nothing pops up, or like I think of a hook, but I can't think of a verse. So I just kind of save it on the side. Then when I come to the studio, like I have a bunch of beats that I want to like check up to, like try to at least record it and try to improvise something, or at least like mumble it out and then fill out the words, get a better idea of it. But yeah, it's sometimes it comes out, boom, like I could literally write a song in 20 minutes and it's done. Or I have a song where it literally takes me a month, or I have to just go back to it like a year later.
How important do you think content is as an artist?
Very important. If you just put out songs just to put them out, no one's going to know you. You can't just lay in bed and, you have it out already and you told everyone on your Snapchat, hey, I have my songs out. Go listen to it. Okay? Then you have 13 monthly listeners, and then it goes down to 5, 3, 0.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens. So you got to be like, hey, you want to just put your face out there. You don't need fancy lights or camera angles to be like, yo, this is my new song. And you don't got to dance like Chris Brown or anything. You don't got to bust a move like that. You just got to be like, hey, yo, like I have it on my on Instagram, like around September or so somewhere. I was like, hey guys, it's ATW O-LEK. I have this out, blah blah blah. Check it out. And then people are like, oh, he has a new song coming out. It's just you got to set a reminder for people that that you're doing something. You can't just be like, you just go on SoundCloud or Spotify. You hit the little options button, click share, and put it on Snapchat. That's not gonna work out.
You gotta like give them a reason.
Yeah, you gotta like improvise. You gotta do something about it. Even if you have like a shit mic, you could just dangle it and be like rapping your song, and then you could edit it out. Like there's so many options, but people have such a closed mind that they don't want to open themselves to be like, oh, I can actually do this and this and that. They just kind of be like, people are insecure, so it's easier for them to talk shit about you in the comments, but it's not easy for them to actually do it themselves.
And one thing in life is you need them fucking haters, because without haters, man, you ain't finna grow, bro. Trust me. You need them haters.
Exactly.
So if you get hate, enjoy every second of that shit.
I love it.
That means you're doing something right.
Exactly. I received hate on my second song that I released, Straight from the Shy. And it literally, they're like, oh, this dude is trying to be this dude, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, it's just me. But when they said that, I'm like, yo, it's actually working. My marketing is working. Putting my face out there and putting my music out there is actually working. Ain't no way. And so, yeah, I love the haters.
Yeah.
Just keep on coming.
Motherfuckers hate on me, but once I reply back, they turn into fans. Fuck
Exactly.
You
Exactly. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
that
sir.
nigga now, bro. It was a pleasure having you here, my boy.
Thank you.
You got any songs coming out? Any shout outs?
Yes, sir. Having a song coming out pretty soon. It's probably going to be called Sky. But yeah, I want to say a special shout out to Rafi Gola. Shout out to my cousin as well. And then I also want to say shout out to my girlfriend as well. And yeah, and thank you so much for having me here. And I appreciate it. Yeah, go check out my songs on Spotify, Apple Music, on all streaming platforms. ATW O-LEK. Remember the name.
Let's go. Remember the name. We out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.